the software. You'll be free, hackers, you'll be free. Hoarders can get piles of money. That is true, hackers, that is true. But they cannot help their neighbors. That's not good, hackers, that's not good. But we have enough free software. At our cost, hackers, at our cost. We'll pick out those dirty licenses. Evermore, hackers, evermore. Join us now and share the software. You'll be free, hackers, you'll be free. Join us now and share the software. You'll be free, hackers, you'll be free.
Share the software, you'll be free, hackers, you'll be free. Join us now and share the software, you'll be free, hackers, you'll be free. Orders may get piles of money, that is true, hackers, that is true. But they cannot help their neighbors, that's not good, hackers, that's not good. Enough free software at our call, hackers, at our call. We'll kick out those dirty licenses, evermore, hackers, evermore. Join us now and share the software, you'll be free, hackers, you'll be free. Join us now and share the software, you'll be free, hackers, you'll be free.
Software. prototype used for printing. And the book that he prints will get people thinking. Lynn's luring the little room is setting. Start to imagine a Bible, now the lighting by the language we're swearing and eating and chatting. It's like this that it happens, like this that we see. Big changes through our human history. Not by some powerful latest decree, but by tiny incremental degrees. Miss Linus goes to Washington to speak about praxis. Gradual change, little man and universal access. Linus against Goliath with nothing else to fill but sling a little stone in the face of Big Bill. But Linus Jefferson's give the strings that lose, and it changes the way the world plays the blues. It's like this that it happens, like this that we see. Big changes through a human history. Not by some powerful latest decree, but by tiny incremental degrees. Like a butterfly in Helsinki fluttering its wings, producing hammerhead storm clouds over Beijing. When Hermit-like programs become a community, and information achieves its manifest destiny, we're to be free. It's like this that it happens, like this that we see. Big changes through human history. Not by some powerful latest decree, but by tiny incremental degrees. It's like this that it happens, like this that we see. Big changes through human history. Not by some powerful latest decree, but by tiny incremental degrees. It's like this that it happens, like that's what we see. Big changes through our human history.
Feel like a king of America. Southbound vertical parkway. The weather's quite like the Antarctica. We're never alone in Silicon Valley, USA. Seems I was the chosen prodigy, writing color songs by Shakespeare. Some sort of alchemy, they couldn't even get near. And they didn't inherit the earth. We found the web, we probably sell the shares as soon as you can. Get out and go on to the next thing. Retire young, could have been the king of America. The weather's quite like the Antarctica. Southbound Vertigo Parkway. Hang out with the literati, made me part of the glitterati. What could be a better vault than living next door to Sangria's fault? In this random lane of gold, trying to find a foothold. That's the price for striking it rich. After giving your boldest pitch, that's the price for striking it rich. Should have been the king of America. Southbound Vertigo Parkway. The weather's quite like the Antarctica, even when the stars shine. You're never alone. Valley, USA. Well, here we go. Changing the world is how it's said. Sell jelly beans on the internet. The frontier became a racetrack for the predators and egomaniacs. If you go away for a week, you'll return finding yourself obsolete. You're always keeping score of who's making more. I'm there, the truckling son, I was the chosen prodigy. Writing cover songs for Shakespeare. Could have been the king of America. The southbound vertical parkway. The world's quite like the Antarctica. Southbound vertical parkway. Southbound vertical parkway. Palo Alto, Level C, Menlo Park, Cupertino, Libertas, Sunnyvale, Mountain Santa Clara.
Hi, we're the GNU Stallmans, and this is the free software song. Join us now and share the software. You'll be free. Hackers, you'll be free. Others may get piles of money. That is true. Hackers, that is true. But they cannot help
Remember back in 1991, he posted on a Minix using a group. Just a hobby, won't be big at all. Started out with Bash and GCC. On a T-disc is where it could be found. People loved it and it got passed around. A multi-threaded file system running on a 386. Well, then it said that it was open. Then it said that it was GPL. All could use it for whatever they like, and it was okay. Community decided it was good code. People started rolling their own distros, compiling and see what they made files, cause it was good code. Now a mascot is a thing to do. Little penguin did him at the zoo. Larry Ewing drew it up for view. Got the name for ducks from James Hughes. Richard Stallman founded GNU. Emacs and GCC2. License under copyleft is true. Code is free as in speech for me and you. Well, then it said that it was open. Then it said that it was GPL. All could use it for whatever they like, and it was okay. Community decided it was good code. People started rolling their own distros, compiling and see what they made files, cause it was good code. Whoa, I know which shell is mine. My desk is known. When I go surf the interwebs, my browser is Chrome. When my friends ask how it thrives, and how Linux keeps all of it flowing, benevolent dictator for life is why I'm okay. I said I'm okay. You know what Linus said? You know what he told us? Well, Linus said that it was open. Linus said that it was GPL. All use it for whatever they like, and it was okay. Community decided it was good code. People started rolling their own distros, compiling and see what they made files, cause it was good code. Linus said that it was open. Linus said that it was GPL. All could use it for whatever they like, and it was okay. Community decided it was good code. People started rolling their own distros, compiling and see what they made files, cause it was good code.
I'm going to present the Linus Law, which says that there are essentially three things that motivate anybody. In this order, these things are also the phases of historical development. Survival. The first thing is survival. That's the obvious one. Food, housing, having a warm fire where you live in a cold country. It's built into people. When I started to think about what else motivates people, my criterion was, what is motivational enough that you're actually willing to think that survival is secondary under certain circumstances? Survival. Social life. The second one I came up with is social life. There are lots of examples of people being willing to give up their own life in response to a social emergency. There are many types of social motivations. Sex is one of the most basic ones. Another one is love. We have hundreds of books talking about how romantic it was when someone gave his life for someone else. Romeo and Juliet. This is a kind of basic theme. Social life. But it's also family, friends, and having somebody to take care of. Power, success, respect, Social issues are another very deep motivational factor. Entertainment. The third I came out with is entertainment. What is entertainment doing in the same list with survival and social life? Entertainment. It belongs there because by entertainment I mean anything fun, anything new, anything you're curious about. It is the basic human need to find things to do. People are willing to risk their own lives in order to do something new. It is going to the moon knowing that you may never come back, but you still think it's worth it. It is the activity motive, play, sports, intellectual problems. It is something that fascinates you. The Linus law of everything says that everything is ultimately based on these three principles. Survival, social life, entertainment. Survival, social life, entertainment. Survival, social life, entertainment.
There's never going to be any institutional memory. I don't think. In fact, most institutions don't have that kind of memory either. I think that Linux certainly has a more live community that is aware of a lot of the development choices, exactly because of how it was developed out in the open. That the kind of memory and the continuity even you'd get even without me is certainly there. It's not just the source code. I mean, the source code itself is to some degree the memory of Linux, and people can always use that as a kind of blueprint. But there's more than that. There's also the intangible issues about why things were designed certain ways, and I think those certainly are out there, even if I weren't out there. There's certainly levels of trust, and it's. I used to think that it was this hierarchy where I was at the top and they were my lieutenants, and I don't think it's that way anymore. It's more like a web of trust where I have people I trust and they have people they trust. I mean, they trust me, but they also trust other people who I don't know very well, and in the end, it's more like the social trust in any kind of community, whether it's programming or whether it's anything else, that you have your friends and family, and those people influence you and you influence them, and it's really a living kind of organism to some degree. You end up having different people handling different kinds of problems, and they do what they're interested in and what they really know. And to some degree, I think open source is kind of a return of doing things well, one by one, kind of handcraft, and the return of not doing things as fast or quickly as possible, but having everybody work on their own thing and be really proud of what they do. And regardless of what you do, if you work that way, I think the end result is going to be really good.
As I see it, the most important subject for us to talk about is what our values are. If your values are just powerful, reliable, cool software, then maybe free software will do the job better, or maybe it won't. The people who develop non-free software are not all incompetent. Sometimes they do a good job if you judge good by the limited criteria of powerful, reliable software that's easy to use. So we can't assume we are always going to outdo them. But we will always give you freedom which they don't give you. So if you value freedom, you're going to stay with the free software movement because free software is the software that respects your freedom. That's the definition of free software. Any software that respects your freedom, we say it's good. We say it's free software. That's all it has to do to qualify.
One of the things that I've introduced into the language of the hacker culture is the concept that we are a tribe, and we have a need for tribal elders and tribal folklore and a shared vision and a shared history. I've tried, and this is one of the reasons why I tend to dismiss the claim, for example, that open source and free software are different movements. Because we're all the same tribe, we all have the same history, we have largely the same shared values and tools and working practices, and we look back on pretty much the same legends in the same way. And that gives us more continuity than the differences between us. And it's because I want to emphasize that, and because I want to get people thinking in those terms, that I often nowadays speak of us as a tribe.
Seems I was the chosen prodigy, writing code like sonnets by Shakespeare. Some sort of alchemy that couldn't even get near. The meek didn't inherit the earth, the geeks they found the worth. Your public sell the shares as soon as you can. Get out and go on to the next thing. Retire young. Could have been the king of America. The weather's quite like the Antarctica. Southbound Vertigo Parkway. Hung out with the Diterati, made me part of the glitterati. What could be a better world than living next door to Sandria's fold, trying to find a foothold in this random vein of gold. That's the price for striking you rich and for giving you a boldest speech. That's the price for striking you rich. Should have been the king of America. Southbound Vertigo Parkway. The weather's quite like the Antarctica, even when the stars shine. You're never alone in Silicon Valley, USA. Well, here we go. Changing the world is how it's safe, selling jelly beans on the internet. The frontier became a racetrack for the predators and egomaniacs. If you go away for a week, you'll return finding yourself obsolete. You're always keeping score of who's making more under the truckling sun. I was the chosen prodigy, right? Killed like sonnets by Shakespeare, some sort of alchemy. Could have been the king of America, Southbound Vertigo Parkway. The weather's quite like the Antarctica. Southbound Vertigo Parkway. Southbound Vertigo Parkway. Palo Alto, Redwood City, Menlo Park, Cupertino, Milpitas, Sunnyvale, Mountain View, Santa Clara.
Dois, três, quatro.
Blood and sweat and tears before piles of money, but they cannot help their neighbors. When we have enough free software and I call, what I call, we'll go on this dirty license out evermore, evermore. When we have enough free software and I call, what I call, we'll go on this dirty license out evermore, evermore. China's now and share the software. China's now and share the software. Others can get piles of money, but they cannot help their neighbors. When we have enough free software and I call, what I call, we'll go on this dirty license out evermore, evermore. When we have enough free software and I call, what I call, we'll go on this dirty license out evermore, evermore.
Hello everybody out there using Linux. I'm doing a free operating system, just a hobby, won't be big and professional like GNU for 386 and 486 AT clones. This has been brewing since April and it's starting to get ready. I'd like any feedback on things people like or dislike in Linux, as my OS resembles it somewhat. It has the same physical layout of the file system due to practical reasons, among other things. I've currently ported Bash version 1.08 and GCC version 1.40, and things seem to work. This implies that I'll get something practical within a few months, and I'd like to know what features most people would want. Any suggestions are welcome, but I won't promise I'll actually implement them. Linus Torvalds at Kona Helsinki Fi. Do you pine for the nice days of Linux 1.1 when men were men and wrote their own device drivers? Are you without a nice project and just dying to cut your teeth on an OS you can try to modify for your needs? Are you finding it frustrating when everything works on Linux? No more all-nighters to get a nifty program working? Then this post might be just for you. I can, well, almost, hear you asking yourself, why? Herd will be out in a year, or two, or next month, who knows, and I've already got Linux. This is a program for hackers, by a hacker. I've enjoyed doing it, and somebody might enjoy looking at it and even modifying it for their own needs. It is still small enough to understand, use, and modify, and I'm looking forward to any comments you might have. I'm also interested in hearing from anybody who has written any other utilities and library functions for Minix. If your efforts are freely distributable under copyright or even public domain, I'd like to hear from you so I can add them to the system. I'm using Earl Chew's eStudio right now. Thanks for a nice and working system, Earl, and similar works will be very welcome. Your copyrights will, of course, be left intact. Drop me a line if you're willing to let me use your code.